What's going on, everybody? We got ourselves our Super Bowl 50 predictions. 50th anniversary of the Super Bowl, and we've got the Denver Broncos matching up with the Carolina Panthers. Pretty much, I don't want to say Cinderella story because they're 15 and 1, but at the beginning of the year, there were very few people who thought this Carolina team would even be near the playoffs, let alone 15 and 1 and headed to the Super Bowl behind a couple of crushing wins in their side of the bracket. I mean, they only won by 7 against Seattle, but that was 31 nothing real early. Then they stood off the gas a little bit, and then they trounced Arizona as well, 49-15, I believe the score was, causing 7 turnovers along the way. So this team's got some playmakers on defense as well. And on the Denver Broncos side, sneaking away from the Patriots after some of the worst offense I've seen in a long time to win a playoff game, and winning 20-18 behind that defense and that crazy, crazy front four who was getting to Brady without any blitzes whatsoever. They were getting there like crazy quick, and even still, they had to hold on a little bit toward the end. A couple fourth down conversions, a touchdown, and holding off a 2-point conversion, and sneaking their way into the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning at quarterback after beating the Pittsburgh Steelers real late in that one too, where they got a nice momentum turner as well. Otherwise, they could have been on way to losing that one too. So the Broncos in the Super Bowl against the Carolina Panthers. Now the line opened up, depending on where you look, at anywhere between 4 and 5, in favor of the Carolina Panthers, and has since been bet down. It was bet up to about 3.5, and then been bet down to about 4, 4.5, or 5, depending on where you're looking, and will most likely be bet down to 5.5, 6, 6.5 at the most. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I fully expect the Carolina Panthers to walk away with the Super Bowl victory. It's a nice story, Peyton Manning getting to the Super Bowl again and stuff like that. Whether this is his last game or not, it's all we can talk about and whatnot. But I fully expect the Panthers to dominate this game, and let me tell you why. That offense of Denver is bad, to say the least, in my opinion. They couldn't really get the ball running. They got some nice early points, some nice field position, some misreads on that first touchdown to Daniels. Second touchdown was a great throw by Peyton to Owen Daniels once again. And then after that, they kind of faded, if you want to call it that. Very little offense, if any, real late. And that offense wasn't playing that great of a defense, in my opinion. Not a super great one, at least. And the biggest thing about the defense they're going to play, and the difference between that defense and the Patriots defense, when you watch the Broncos game the other day on Sunday, the Patriots were getting to Peyton. Okay, there was a couple times when they were getting back there, sacked him a couple times, and they were getting back there. This defensive line of Carolina, this front seven, and to be more specific, is a hell of a lot better. And I think they were showing it the other day. They were pounding that Carson Palmer. They were back there every play. And I fully expect them to be back there every play against Denver. Now, Carson's more mobile. Carson, to me, is more mobile of a quarterback. Whether Peyton knows to take those throws or takes those sacks, it's a different story. But I fully expect tremendous amounts of pressure on Peyton Manning. And I think that's where this game is going to be won, mainly because that defense of Denver is pretty good. Not pretty good. It's the best defense in the league. These two defenses are 1-2. And I think they're going to hold Carolina a little bit. I think Carolina can get 14 points on offense, and I think 14 points on offense would literally do it. I think they're going to end up with 24 or 28, but I think 14 points on offense will do it. I don't expect Denver to score many points, if any at all, on offense. The defense might get one from a mistake or a fumble or a pick six or something like that, but I don't expect Denver to score too many points, if any. And I say if any because I've been leaning towards 0. But yes, it's the biggest battle in this game is going to be Peyton Manning versus this defense. And I don't think that's a battle he can win, especially with some of these guys back there. Norman's going to be all over Demaryius Thomas, who's been playing poorly from the get-go. They can switch him around and whatnot. He'll be covering a couple people depending on where they line him up. But in general, that secondary is good enough to hold off to these receivers. And the run game, if Denver has a chance in this game, the run game is going to have to be spot on, man. They're going to have to gain 100, 150 yards on the ground, and I just flat out don't see it. I really don't. I don't see the run game happening. I don't see the pass game happening. And for those Broncos fans who remember that 48 or 43-8 or whatever the hell the score was, that Seattle game, I really I really think it's going to be something like that, man. I mean, I'm not going to go out and say it's going to be 40-8, but the score I like is 24-7. I like Carolina to win this game, 24-7. I don't know. After watching the games, man, watching all year, I cannot make a case for this Denver team against this Carolina team. Playing too good. There's too much swagger on that team. And the defense is just going to manhandle this Bronco offense. I thought the Patriots did a really good job. Other than that, O.J. Mayo, was it O.J. Mayo or Hightower, messing up that coverage on Owen Daniels and getting that wide open touchdown. It wasn't a lot of points, 13 points. They had good field position most of the night. I didn't think that's a lot of points. They did score 20, obviously, but they still had to hold off. How many chances did that Denver Bronco offense had, man? It was 3-and-out after 3-and-out after 3-and-out in the second half, and it was unbelievable to watch. It was like, when are you going to put this game away at any point? And Peyton did miss some throws. There were 2 or 3 times where he missed wide-open receivers for a touchdown. So it was just overthrown or underthrown or whatever. That one over the middle to Sanders. I think it was Sanders, man. That was just so overthrown, and he was wide open for a touchdown, man. He had beat his corner or his linebacker or whoever was on him. He beat him silly, and he was 2-3 yards ahead, and he just overthrew it in the end zone. It was just, I really think Peyton's not healthy enough or good enough right now to beat this defense, and I think Cam Newton can score enough points to get them a Super Bowl, guys. So that is what I'm leaning towards. That is my Super Bowl prediction, 24-7 Carolina. Yeah, man, last game of the year. Super bummed, but it is the Super Bowl. Super excited. If this turns ugly and it's something like 35-7, 35-10 or whatever, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. I'll be surprised if Denver wins the game, tell you that. But I fully expect Carolina to run away with this. But, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for some Madden videos. We're going to be doing that. We don't do too many prediction videos. We'll do some next year. Next year when it comes around, we'll do some prediction videos every week. We'll take a look at it because I'm an avid follower of the NFL, so we'll take a look at some more predictions and stuff like that. But, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more.